Get ready for the action because New Jersey Transit is slashing prices for World Cup events. After securing crucial sponsorship support, NJ Transit is dramatically reducing round-trip rail prices from $150 down to just $105. Governor Mickey Sherrill directed the agency to ensure local commuters don't bear the financial burden, transferring the costs to ticket holders. We dive into how this massive price drop was achieved and what it means for fans heading to the stadium.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALAN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we take you deep into the rich history of American soccer as we look at the cradle of the sport. This segment explores Kearney, New Jersey, and its incredible legacy, tracing how Scottish immigrants planted the roots of soccer in this industrial town. We uncover the stories of legends like Tony Meola and how this community became known as Soccer Town, USA. Now, let's talk about the high stakes and the high costs surrounding the tournament. U.S. President Donald Trump has weighed in, criticizing the exorbitant ticket prices for the 2026 World Cup, stating he would not pay them. We examine the controversy surrounding ticket costs and FIFA President Gianni Infantino's defense of the market rates for this global spectacle. Finally, we switch gears to Philadelphia, which is gearing up for a massive celebration. The city's World Cup host committee is launching a huge 39-day fan festival at Lemon Hill to bring thousands of soccer lovers to the action. Find out how this fan experience is shaping up and what you need to know to join the excitement. Stay with us for the full breakdown. New Jersey Transit is significantly reducing round-trip rail prices for World Cup events, cutting the cost from $150 to $105 following the securing of sponsorship support. This reduction represents a decrease of at least 30%. The decision follows intense public and political scrutiny regarding the initial price hike, which had previously increased fares 11-fold for World Cup games at MetLife Stadium, where the standard return ticket costs $12.90. The price adjustment was directed by New Jersey Governor Mickey Sherrill, who mandated that the financial burden of World Cup-related services, estimated at $48 million, be transferred to ticket holders rather than local taxpayers or everyday commuters. NJ Transit CEO Chris Collery confirmed that the funding for the price reduction will come from a mix of sponsors and other non-taxpayer sources, with the goal of avoiding any impact on local commuters. Collery stated that the governor instructed the agency to lower costs by at least 30%, confirming the new fare structure. Governor Sherrill has publicly asserted that FIFA should cover the transportation costs for its fans, threatening not to subsidize ticket holders using New Jerseyans who rely on NJ Transit daily. Despite the fare reduction, some fan groups, including the Football Supporters Association's Fans Embassy Service, criticized the new price of $105 as still too high, noting that alternative transit options in other host cities, such as complimentary bus services in Kansas City and free return trips in Philadelphia, offer lower fares. NJ Transit anticipates up to 40,000 rail passengers for the games, emphasizing the heightened security demands at MetLife Stadium, which will reduce available parking. The agency has consistently denied that the price increases are motivated by profiteering. The new rail tickets will be available for booking starting Wednesday, May 13. The situation highlights a complex financial negotiation between transit authorities, state governments, FIFA, and event organizers regarding the cost allocation for major international sporting events. Kearney, New Jersey, is preparing to host 8 matches of the 2026 FIFA World Cup at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, drawing significant attention to the town's deep and storied legacy in American soccer. Nicknamed Soccer Town, USA, Kearney is celebrated as the cradle of the sport, with roots stretching back over 150 years, intertwined with the town's industrial history. The history of soccer in Kearney began in the 1870s, as Scottish immigrants, attracted by factory jobs at the Clark Thread Company mills along the Passaic River, formed clubs that played soccer amidst the industrial landscape. The sport, derived from association football, quickly became the favored pastime for these immigrants. This legacy is preserved at the Scots American Club on Patterson Street, a hub of local soccer history. The club's walls are adorned with historic photos and plaques, recalling the era when Kearney produced the first president of the U.S. soccer governing body and numerous national team players. A notable figure is Tony Meola, a Kearney High School star who captained the men's national team in 1994, the last time the World Cup was held in the United States. Photographs featuring Meola and teammates, including Tab Ramos and John Harkes, are displayed in the club's barroom, connecting generations of residents. Alice Duffy, a bartender at the club for 25 years, emphasizes this connection, noting that 3 members of the national team featured in the photos were from the club. For residents, the World Cup kickoff in New Jersey represents a homecoming for American soccer. Historian Tom McCabe describes Kearney as the cradle of American soccer, stating that the sport was planted by immigrants and has remained constant over the decades. This enduring culture is reflected in the town's current demographics, which are now majority Hispanic, contrasting with its industrial past. Today, the soccer culture thrives through local institutions like the Soccer Post on Kearney Avenue, which sells gear and serves as a gathering point. Christian Eskandon, a 21-year-old working at the shop and coaching in the youth program, reflects on his own background, moving to Kearney from Ecuador and playing for Kearney High School alongside former national team stars. He speaks of the unique local atmosphere, recounting tales of the town's passionate fan culture. Despite the evolution of the town, with traditional shops replaced by diverse eateries, the grit of Kearney's soccer culture remains. Local fields, often situated in industrial areas surrounded by warehouses and construction debris, maintain a rough-and-tumble atmosphere that residents embrace as a badge of honor. Michael Mara, who opened the Soccer Post and leads the youth program, highlights this Jersey toughness. The narrative underscores the ongoing dynamic between local community pride, the enduring legacy of immigrant communities, and the modern landscape of American sports, all converging as the nation prepares to host the 2026 World Cup. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has sharply criticized the exorbitant ticket prices for the 2026 World Cup, stating that he would not pay the high cost. Speaking to the New York Post, Trump addressed the issue after being questioned about seats priced over $1,000 for the U.S. men's national team opener against Paraguay on June 12. Trump remarked, "I did not know that number. I would certainly like to be there, but I wouldn't pay it either, to be honest with you." These comments followed a defense by FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who argued that the high prices are justified by the tournament's location and market conditions. Speaking at a conference in Beverly Hills, Infantino asserted that the World Cup's venue necessitates applying market rates, adding that ticket resales in the U.S. would drive prices higher if they were set too low. Infantino also made a controversial statement regarding the cost of American sporting events, claiming that tickets for even top professional games in the U.S. cannot be less than $300, contrasting this with the World Cup. Beyond ticket costs, Trump voiced concern that working-class fans, who form a significant part of his political base, might be excluded from the tournament. He expressed disappointment if these fans could not attend, stating, "If people from Queens and Brooklyn and all of the people that love Donald Trump can't go, I would be disappointed. But, at the same time, it's an amazing success. I would like to be able to have the people that voted for me to be able to go." The 2026 World Cup is set to commence on June 11 and conclude on July 19 at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, featuring teams from the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Philadelphia is gearing up to host a massive 39-day FIFA World Cup fan festival at Lemon Hill, leveraging the city's rich history and passionate sports culture to draw thousands of visitors. The centerpiece of the event is the Fan Festival, designed to provide soccer enthusiasts with a unique experience and a distinct Philadelphia flavor, encouraging visitors to return after the tournament concludes. Meg Kane, CEO of the host committee, stated that the goal was to create an experience unlike any other, emphasizing Philadelphia's capacity for surprise and delight. The festival will take place at Lemon Hill in East Fairmount Park, situated north of the Philadelphia Museum of Art and alongside the Schuylkill River. Over the 39 days, attendees will have access to watch games, enjoy musical performances, and shop at a vendor village featuring local artists and small businesses. Organizers anticipate up to 20,000 visitors at Lemon Hill during peak times, necessitating significant upgrades to East Fairmount Park. These improvements include enhancements to sidewalks and lighting, the installation of disability-accessible ramps, and landscaping. The host committee is also planning to collaborate with the city to install a new playground in the area following the World Cup. The fan festival itself will be free, but will require on-site registration for crowd management. Local bars and restaurants are expected to assist in accommodating the influx of guests. Adding to the excitement, Philadelphia will mark the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, which coincides with the final day of the World Cup games in the city. 6 FIFA World Cup matches are scheduled to be played at Lincoln Financial Field this summer.